Okay, YouTube. What we're going to do today is a bench synchronization on a set of 1977 Yamaha XS750 carburetors. They've been recently restored, new bowl gaskets, new hardware, screws, new throttle linkage seals in here. These tend to get real old and they don't seal properly, so it's better just to replace all the rubber on these old carbs and the bowl gaskets. Jets are new. You could just clean them up with some vinegar and a brass brush if you want to reuse the old ones, but they're cheap enough. I always just get new ones. Um, let's see, what problems did we have? The air screws on these, they like to break. These little guys here, right here. And make sure if you're rebuilding these, when you take the old air screws out, that there's not a chunk of them left down in the air orifice, because if you put the new air screw in and a chunk broke off the old one, you're going to end up with a new bent air screw, and you're going to have to find out how to get them out. I haven't figured out how to get them out yet. I usually just get a different carb body if that happens, but these carbs were in decent shape when I got them. Some of the chokes were stuck. You got to take these apart. In here, this whole plunger assembly comes out. Vinegar and brass brush all the brass parts in there and get them nice and clean, and then your choke will move nice and freely then. The carb bodies on this were 2-part ceramic coated satin black. They were all taped off and new hardware was put on. They came out really nice. I also put these new fuel tees in. You can buy them online. They're all aluminum. The old ones tend, where they go into the carb bodies, they're plastic and they tend to not seal properly after 30 years. So I just went with a new set of aluminums. They were right around 40 bucks shipped to the door, so it's not too bad. But you do put some money in these things when you rebuild them. If you want, I mean, this is the heart of the bike, you know, so if you want it to run right, you got to make sure these are right. So we want to do a quick bench synchronization, show you how to get these butterflies properly adjusted before you put it on the bike. Once you put it on the bike, you want to do a vacuum sync, of course, to really dial it in, because there will be variances throughout the fuel and air flowing, mainly the air flowing once you put them on the bike, and you want to get all the vacuum correct. So, but to start, after a rebuild, you just want to do a bench sync. So what I do, there's not much adjustment on the idle screw. You're not going to get the butterflies to open a whole lot with the idle screw back here. So what I like to do, you want to take 2 pieces of metal that are roughly, not roughly, they have to be exactly the same widths to do this right. So I'm using 2 nails here. You can use 2 drill bits that are the same exact size, 2 screwdrivers that are the same exact size, or you can take a piece of tubular round metal and cut them the length and just use that, whatever you want to do. But the center carburetor is the master, so you're going to adjust these 2 based on what this one is, with these adjustments right here. There's 2 of them. This one for that, this one for that. So you want to get the center open just right, and I like to put whatever I'm using for the adjustment right down in the center of it, exactly down in the center. Okay. So that keeps these butterflies open just enough that you can sneak this, and we'll do the left here first. Now if I take this and put it down here, you really shouldn't be able to put it in there. It should open the exact amount as this center butterfly. So I'm putting this in there and it slides in and out very easy, which tells me I need to tighten the distance on this butterfly. So I'm going to take the screwdriver here, and also forgot to tell you, I did take this this mount off to do this procedure, because you're not going to be able to get it adjusted properly with that on. So you want to take that off and get that out of the way first. So let's see, I believe if I loosen this screw, yes, it's going to tighten up on me. The butterfly is going to close when you turn it left to loosen. So loosened it a little bit. Let's see what we got. Still not there. I mean, you can actually even leave this other piece down in there until you feel the butterfly close on it. Which is now. Right now that is closed on it. Okay. So I'm going to tighten it just a hair, and you want them to have the same amount of drag on them. Okay. And this bench procedure is basically all done so that when you do put this back on the bike, you're not going to have the initial crazy idling problems, and it's going to run a little more smoother than if you just rebuilt them and threw them back on the bike. But the vacuum sink's really going to dial it in. And you just want to keep playing with this. Make sure that's in the center just like that. If it's on the edge here, you're going to get a different gap there. But you just got to kind of keep playing with it until you get the right amount of drag, which we're just about there. That feels pretty close to tightness with that. So I'm gonna pull that out, and you really shouldn't be able to put that back in, because if I took this out, you're not going to be able to put it back in. Alright, I think that one's pretty well similar in distance as the center. So I'm going to go over here, do the same thing, adjust this little screw right here, lefty to loosey. It'll let the butterflies close up. And I'm starting to feel, gotta make sure that's in the center, I'm starting to feel it close on the nail. And you want to use something that's not jaggy, that's going to scrape the carb body or the brass butterfly. And that's right about good. It's got this kind of the same amount of drag as the left. I'm going to pull that out. Now I'm going to pull the center out and see. That should be about it. With my own eye, they look pretty well the same inside there. All the distance, and you could go one step further and use a feeler gauge if you really wanted to. But like I said, this is basically just done just to get a rough butterfly adjustment, so that when you put that back on the bike, you're not going to have any issues related to butterfly adjustment. So you can even hold that and just check them. Make sure you're not letting loose on it as you're checking them at all. This one feels a little snug yet. Oh, there we go. It's not. They all feel pretty good. So that's basically how you do your bench synchronizations. So it's rather simple. Just we'll have to put this bracket back on before we install them onto the bike. Pretty straightforward. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be working on this 1977 Yamaha XS750 pretty much for, I don't know, I'll probably have 6 months in it before I'm done with it, but keep checking back. We're going to be doing the vacuum sync once I put this on the bike. Next I got to get the tank ready to get it installed. So we're just part by part restoring this old bike, and hopefully someday we'll be able to take it out on the road. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.